StreamYard. Okay. And we are live. Good morning, Atlanta Falcon fans. Good morning, Atlanta Braves fans. Good morning, Atlanta Hawks fans. How is everyone doing out there in the land of ATL across all streaming platforms? Welcome back, TikTok. We missed you for those 2 days or however long it was. Oh my goodness, Debo. My wife or my daughter comes to me Saturday night and she says, I can't access TikTok. It was supposed to be Sunday. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And then, look at it. We get it back
Yeah,
Monday or whenever. So
yeah,
all is well regarding that. How you doing, Debo?
man. I'm doing fantastic. T. Will had a good, weekend. Happy belated MLK Day to everybody out there, man.
Hmm.
But my weekend was good, man. Relaxed a little bit, got some things done, and ran some errands and all that good stuff, and try to be as productive as I could. But keeping my eye on sports world, of course, and we got a couple of things to talk about in reference to that, man.
Yeah. I saw you had a show out there where you were previewing a restaurant this weekend. Looked like it was some pretty good eats, man.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, I went to a barbecue place. It was called Tooks Barbecue, Tookes, and it's in Rex, Georgia,
Okay.
about 5 minutes away from me. And my first time there, unbelievable barbecue, man. I had some rib tips, baked beans, potato salad, chopped pork sandwich, macaroni and cheese, and some good coleslaw. And of course, we're in Atlanta, so I had a Coke and amazing barbecues. And it's the thing about it, T Will is located in the most uh, unimaginable places. It's like it's inside like one of old school houses, like we're like made out of wood and stuff like that. But
Right.
once you walk in, man, you see what it's about. Has a lot of character, a lot of charm. The owners were amazing. They let me sit in and interview them. But yeah, man, but wonderful barbecue, man. It's called Tooks Barbecue, Rex, Georgia. Had an awesome time, awesome food, and I definitely encourage anybody, if you could, to go into my channel, Debo Vibes, to check it out. Uh, I dropped a video like probably a couple of days ago. It's already over 1,000 views, so people are feeling it, man. So yeah, but more foodie videos to come. But that was some good, awesome food right there, man.
Good deal, man. Well, speaking of food and cooking, let's talk about these Atlanta Falcons. Good morning, Deshaun. How are you? Deshaun says, "What's up, guys? Raheem hired his Capri brother." Yeet.
Pretty much, pretty much. Yeah, yeah. The
Oh, we
East.
are in the era of the Capri brothers. All right. I can dig it, man. So, first and foremost, if you have not heard, the Falcons have hired Jeff Ulbrich as their new defensive coordinator. Debo, give me your thoughts on that right quick.
I mean, my thoughts on it. I mean, it's a decent hire, yeah. But my thing is this: when I found out about it, the first thing that came to my mind, I actually tweeted about it. It was a safe hire. That's how I look at it. It was a safe hire, and it was an easy hire, and it was a hire that wasn't risky, so to say. But I think that it was. I know that in situations like this, you got to make a hire, in a reasonable amount of time, because with the Senior Bowl coming up and the draft coming up, et cetera, you got to make the evaluations, and of course, you do need your defensive coordinator there. But I would like to take a little more consideration of the other candidates, and to bring in Jeff Ulbrich. Let's be real. Was he running his defense, or was he running Robert Sala's defense when they were the number one defense a couple of years ago? So is his hands on it, or was it Robert Sala's hands on it? They did have a great defense when he was defensive coordinator with the Jets. Once he became the head coach of the Jets, the whole defense just went to hell, and just destroyed, went to the bottom of the burrow, so to speak. Then that definitely concerns me right there.
Yeah.
But again, I think it was a safe hire. Raheem brought in another one of his boys again. We saw what happened with last time he did that. He brought in Jimmy Lake, another one of his boys. Now he's bringing someone else he has familiarity with, which I understand. Familiarity can be a good thing, but you're bringing in old blood. I mean, he was a good linebackers coach with us a couple years ago. Here, but I just would like to them have. I would like to have seen them bring in somebody new. I would definitely love them bringing Steve Wilkes. That was my choice right there, man. I would love that.
Yeah.
You had some other candidates like there, like the Wink Martindales and Amber Nuros of the Bengals. I think it was a very very safe pick for the Falcons, and we just gotta see what happens. At this point, man, I just gotta trust what the Falcons are doing, man, because I'm getting tired of just like you get tired of just like, oh, what they doing. At this point, I'm just going to trust it. However, pessimistically, you know I'm going to raise an eyebrow on it. They could have did better, but it was a safe pick right there, and we'll see what happens.
So my brother says, good thing we didn't hire him as a head coach.
Right.
I gotta give him that. I gotta give that, my boy, my brother. Let me
And-
tell you something, man.
yeah.
My brother is one of the funniest people I know. If
Uh,
you did not see that show yesterday, One Time for the Fan, Jack's mic started acting up, and my brother clowned him. Oh my god, bro! My stomach hurts. I've been laughing. My stomach hurts, but
oh man, I gotta check it out, man.
oh my god, bro! It was hilarious. Something happened with Jack's setting or whatever,
Right.
and he started sounding like. Best way I could put it is like one of those pastors in those churches that's 10 feet and it's 50 people in there, right? And the
Right.
pastor like sounds like he swallowed the mic. Good morning. Oh, that's how his mic was sounding. And
Oh
Eric was
no.
killing him. Yes. Oh my God, bro.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
stomach hurts. So
Yeah. You
please
can't. You
take
can't
it
rebound. You can't
easy,
rebound from that, man. You can't
bro.
rebound from that.
Bro, take it easy on me, brother. Because you killed me. You killed me yesterday. All right. So back to what we were saying. My brother's hilarious, man. I love that dude. My brother
I
is
want. I was just thinking about something while I'm reading this comment right here. Good thing we didn't hire him as head coach. I think another reason, to be honest with you, that Robert Sala wasn't hired is because if you hire Robert Sala, you're potentially hiring
hiring your
Raheem Morris'
replacement.
replacement.
Correct.
So it's something to think
Correct.
about, man. So
Correct. Yeah, that it definitely. And then I don't think Robert Sala he sounded like a strip club DJ. Here you go. I don't think Robert Sala was coming here anyway because I think he has head coaching aspirations now. I
yeah.
know San Francisco offered him the chance to be the highest paid defensive coordinator. I don't know what he's going to take,
Mhm.
but yeah, he did. So my thoughts are, and you made some good points, right? You did make some good points.
Mhm.
Number one, the Jets were a very good 2023, good defense,
Mhm.
good defense for the past 3 years. But you have to ask yourself, well, is that because Daddy's behind my shoulder? You know what I mean? And
Right.
Daddy's behind me saying, do this and add this and put this in there and da 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 da
Right.
da. And then when Daddy leaves, I don't know how to cook, you know, or right, because we have to be fair. There were a couple things going on with the Jets.
More than
Okay.
a couple of things. Yeah.
One of them
yeah.
is Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers is a first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever live. But at
Absolutely.
this point in his career, he is a cancer in that locker room. He is a
I agree.
cancer in that locker room. He has gotten coaches fired. And I know what I say when I use that word, but what else can you call it? He's gotten 3 coaches fired, or 2 in a hook, 2 in a possible, as we
Right.
say in spades.
Right. Right.
Okay. He refused to come to training camp, mandatory training camp, which sends a message that says, hey, this isn't Salah's team, this is my team. He pushed Robert Saleh off of him on the
Hmm.
sideline. He clearly was not a fan in the when being interviewed,
Right.
right? Clearly was insubordinate.
Totally agree.
You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
you
for
got
sure.
that going on. And then you get Salah fired. And now you put all of this in Ulbricht's lap. And Ulbricht isn't Rodgers' guy. Or I
No.
don't know. Let me take it back. I don't know that. I don't know that dynamic. But
Mhm.
what I am saying is this was a dysfunctional unit before Ulbricht took over.
I
Right.
agree. I agree.
So
Yeah.
so it's not just apples to apples where you can say the team fell off because more than likely the team was in chaos because you probably had some folks that like Robert Saleh and you
Hmm.
had some folks that didn't, and that's never going to work on the field because you got a fractured locker room. So
Right.
we would be remiss if we didn't bring that up. Now, again, to your point, That defense did fall off a cliff. I'm not saying you're not right, but here's the way I look at it. Ulbrich spent 3 years, or at least two and a half, under Robert Saleh. So
Mhm.
you would have to imagine that he has learned and adapted to those concepts, right?
Right, of course, absolutely.
Raheem is a very good defensive coach. So the two of them together, because one of the templates or one of the foundations or building blocks of Raheem's coaching style is collaboration, right? We
Mhm.
hear him use that word all the time, collaborate. So to the extent that Raheem and Jeff Ulbrich collaborate,
Mhm.
right? Maybe they come up with a really good defense. The good news is it is a 4-3 defense, right? Which
Yes,
is
absolutely.
much
Yes.
better,
Yes.
which fits our personnel more so than having a 3-4. And Falcons, just putting it out there, unless you got a big hog in the middle, don't run a 3-4. Don't run a 3-4 because that's a building block of that. It's not going to work if you've got some tiny or tiny in the context of a 3-4. Like you need a hog. You
Yeah,
need a
you
dude
need
the
like
size of
a BJ Raji in the middle,
right
man. Right.
Tony Saragusa, right?
Absolutely.
Big old
Absolutely.
dude,
Right.
right? If you don't have that, why run a 3-4? Because you're going to get that thing run down your throat. So I like the fact that he does run a 4-3. I do like that. Um, so I mean, there's some positives. We don't know, right?
Mhm.
Um, but it's done now. I like you. Look, I would have been fine with Steve Wilkes. I would have been fine with Wink Martindale,
Right.
your TV show host. No, I'm kidding. Same name, different guy. I think that Wink Martindale is 91, so it'd be a little too much for him to
Yeah,
coach.
yeah, it'd be a
That'd
little
be a
too much
little
for
bit,
you to
you know what
handle.
I mean?
Right.
1 o'clock is probably about nap time for him. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
That might be
Yeah, and then hope he wakes up.
yeah. Well, I wasn't gonna say that, but yeah, you got a point there. I wasn't gonna say that, but all right. But yeah. So the Falcons interviewed Nate Ollie for the defensive coordinator position yesterday. What are your
Defensive
thoughts?
line coach.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Did I say yeah, defensive line coach? I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Thank
That's
you.
right. You good.
He was the assistant defensive line coach for the Houston Texans. Now, Houston had a great pass rush, but they also have what's his name? Oh, Jesus. They got
Danielle Hunter.
Daniil Hunter, and then the other one that they drafted.
Will Anderson.
Yes. So those are two studs. Okay. So remember that, right? Yeah,
Mhm.
they got a great defensive line, but they also have two studs, bookends. You know what I mean? So, that's something to consider.
Right.
Um, I mean, I don't know much about him. What are your thoughts if we hire him as our defensive line coach?
I wouldn't be mad at it. I mean, and I get what you're saying. I definitely understand that he did have two studs and Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. But he does bring any you can have the most talented person and even the most talented player in the world needs coaching.
Yeah.
Right. So I do understand he has those studs, but they got to be coached up somehow. And of course, he did a relatively great job with the sack numbers they were putting up. And so I wouldn't be mad at it. But my thing is that if you do make any hire that you make, they got to work in cohesion, or like you said, in collaboration with Raheem Morris and Jeff Ulbrich. So Jeff Ulbrich, if Jeff Ulbrich's cool with it, of course, if Terry Fontenot's cool with it, and they all come with a decision that he can bring something to the table, then I'm like you. I don't know that much about the individual, but the whole fact that he did coach up Will Anderson Jr. and Daniil Hunter, I'd be excited about that. But again, does his methodology is it in accord with what Jeff Ulbrich is trying to bring too? I want this defensive line to be the best defensive line that we can possibly be. And I know that we had the attributes out there. I mean, particularly with the kids, well, not kids, with the younger players like Rico Roro, possibly Brandon Dorless.
Mhm.
I'm still waiting for Zach Harrison to do his thing. I know he has an end of him, and of course Grady. And those are just a couple of the players that I think that be coached up. And if you come from an organization like the Houston Texans, and let's not forget, who their head coach is, D'Amico Ryan, the former defensive coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers. So it's a defensive team. And so if he can bring some of those attributes over to the Atlanta Falcons and coach up that defensive line, and him and Jeff Ulbrich have some kind of synergy, then that would be for it. But again, that's to be determined because uh, I would safe to say that no one knows who this defensive line coach is for the Texans. However, with him coaching up the Danielle Hunters and Will Anderson Jr.'s, then and their defense is, as far as a pass rush was relatively good. I should know because I had their defense on my fantasy football team.
Okay.
I'll be for it. And sometimes sometimes the individuals that you expect do the best. And he has no ties with Raheem Morris, doesn't know the organization of the Falcons. If they did bring him in, and if they work in the court, like I said, he has to work in the court with Jeff Aubrey. As long as he works in the court with Jeff Aubrey, and I'm not going to be mad at it. But that's to be determined because I really don't know anything about it, gentlemen.
Okay. Yeah. Me neither. But I mean, yeah, I tell you who I'd really like. I'd like Chuck Smith, but I don't know that he's going to be
That would never
available. I know
happen.
he's with Baltimore, but man,
Mhm.
I tell you what, that Chuck Smith man. Oh,
Yeah,
oh, oh,
number
oh,
90.
that
That
would
that
be big.
that would be. Let me ask you a question. What exactly happened with that? And because, like, I know that was there some kind of a fallout between Chuck Smith and him trying to get to the Falcons, and the Falcons were like, as far as him coaching them up, there has
Yeah.
to be something going on as far as why he can't be the coach of the Falcons, or not coach for like the D line coach or something like that. Because I think he's doing something up. He's been coaching up, independently,
No,
pass rushers and defensive lines.
he's coaching Baltimore.
Baltimore,
Yeah, he's the defensive
yeah.
line coach for Baltimore. I
Hmm.
think they hired him this year, and look at they did well. I don't know if I would imagine he would be retained, right? I don't think Harbaugh is going anywhere. So I mean,
No.
what I mean. I would imagine he would be retained, but
Hmm.
it's just it's on my wish list, right? You know what I mean?
You
It's
and
on
you and every Falcons list.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, that dude is phenomenal. I don't know why but sometimes the Falcons are that way. They didn't hire Terrence Mathis,
Right.
but again, there could be a dynamic behind closed doors that we know nothing about, right?
Absolutely.
I don't want to speculate. I don't know. I just know they didn't hire him, but I think Chuck Smith would be a phenomenal
Right.
defensive line coach. And I just let me also plug my former classmate. Well, not classmate, but we went to the same high school. I think
Hmm.
Terrence Mathis would be a great receivers coach. Um, we both went to Redan
Redan, yeah,
way
that
back
about to say, yeah, Redan. Okay. Okay.
way back in the day. But I think he was 4 years older than me, or 3 or 4 years old. Either way.
Hmm.
Yeah, man. I just I don't know, but
That
I'd like to
well,
have,
yeah.
Chuck Smith as our D line coordinator. But hey, if it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk, right?
There you
Let's
go.
switch gears to around the league.
Okay.
And looks like the Bears are hiring Ben Johnson as their head coach, which
Okay.
is the Detroit OC. And we're going to get to how this impacts the Falcons. Um, but it looks like Detroit is definitely going to lose their OC, right?
Hmm.
Which you got to wonder now. I mean, is that offense going to take a step back? Because think of the 2016 Falcons and then think of the 2017 Falcons. Woo!
Well,
That's
yeah, you
big
want to, yeah,
difference.
a huge
That's a
difference.
big difference
A
offensively,
huge difference.
right?
Absolutely.
And you got all of those weapons. So I mean, you got to think that. And the Bears are getting them, and I
Yeah,
think the Bears have a top 10 pick. You've got Caleb Williams, who maybe you can get Caleb together.
totally.
But also you need to get Caleb some help on that offensive line. Let's be real. It's
Oh,
not only him.
eh,
Um,
oh, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I think of when I think of that offensive line
I'm
too.
telling you, bro.
Ugh, ugh. Wait,
Caleb Williams was get out there getting destroyed at sometimes. There were some
he
times
was,
that man was planted into the turf and couldn't get up.
he was.
Yeah,
Ugh. I'm like Glorilla, like,
like that.
ugh.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it's
But
bad.
yeah, man. But the Bears should be excited about this hire because you look at the offense, the not dynamic offense that the Lions had, and the things that they were doing all year, and then you install that philosophy into the Bears organization. Now let's don't get it twisted. The Bears do have, what I'm saying, a young core. Of course, Caleb Williams, who was coming off that there were some times where he showed that he could do his thing during that. I think there was a time they were like 4-2, something like that. Then they lost the rest of their games, unfortunately. But then you saw what he can do as far as being a mobile quarterback, extremely talented quarterback. And if you bring that philosophy, Ben Johnson's philosophy about the play calls that he did, and everything he was allowing that offense to do, with the Jared Goffs, the Laportas, the Jameer Gibbs, you know, Amon Ross, St. Brown, of course, and you bring that to the Chicago Bears, where they also have, what I'm saying, a younger core, with Caleb Williams, Cole Kmet, Roma Doomsday, DJ Moore, then
Don't for Swift.
Swift,
Yeah,
Swift, who was who
yeah.
is still a serviceable running back. You put that same offensive philosophy there with that talent, then yeah, I mean the Bears should be very excited about that because Ben Johnson's a guy who knows what he's doing as far as like running offense. I mean the offense that he ran is very sophisticated, and we saw the play calls that were being done. The trickery. And the schemes that he has, and I think that'd be perfect, right? The only other coach I'll have, well, not me, I don't have a dog in the fight, but the only other coach that I would say would fit in well with the Bears would be Cliff Kingsbury. Cliff Kingsbury, just because of the relationship he has with Caleb Williams for USC days. But no, I'm not mad at it. Yeah, but so the Bears, they should be very excited about that, man.
All right. So the next thing is the Bears are. I'm sorry. The Aaron Glenn is doing his second interview with the Jets, right? Which
Hmm.
means not only are you losing your offense coordinator, but you're losing your defense coordinator. Now, I don't think that the Lions will take as big of a hit because I know Dan Campbell is a defensive guy.
Hmm.
But just give me your thoughts on that.
Well, for one, if they lose Aaron Glenn, you're looking at losing your offensive coordinator and your defensive coordinator, the actual two cores of a team. So I agree, Dan Campbell will have his hand on it, but uh, you will start seeing the actual, not the demise of the Detroit Lions, but you take away those two pieces of the organization, then you can see significant fall. Now, as far as them be Aaron Glenn getting a second interview with the Jets, uh, we'll see. Aaron Glenn, he is a former Jet, a former Pro Bowl cornerback for the Jets. So do I think it would fit in well? Does he fit in with that New York City culture though? Does he fit in with that New York Jets culture?
That's a good question.
And
That is a no. That's a great question
right.
because you're right. You're
And the thing,
right.
and the thing about it, and then you had a guy like Todd Bowles, because Aaron Glenn, he's aggressive, but he's not that. In my opinion, like I said, I'm on the outside looking in. He doesn't seem like that, New York Jets kind of guy. The Herm Edwards. Herm Edwards, perfect head coach for the New York Jets. You know what I mean? Rex Ryan, perfect head coach for the New York Jets. Gregarious,
Personality.
personalities, man. And then Aaron Glenn, you can come in there and he could end up being like a head coach like Todd Bowles, and they ran Todd Bowles out of town.
Yeah.
So but it's interesting though. I don't follow the Jets like that. But if anybody gets a second interview, that means they must have aced the first one. That's how I look at it.
Oh, no, agreed. 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 So my brother says first and foremost, Glow never said that. He. Whatever, Eric. And
Well, she's saying it today.
he said it today, Eric. So whatever. He says, I think Dan Campbell's grit is what makes the team. That's true. And then we got a superstar here. We got Big Low Country. What up, Big Low?
Boy,
How we
what in the
doing,
world, Bo?
man?
What,
What in the
boy,
world, Bo?
boy, what in the world, Bo?
What
What in
in
the
the
world,
world,
Bo?
Bo? What
Man,
in the world, Bo?
I'm telling you,
Uh,
man, you big time when big low country come in the building, man. You gotta, hey, I'm just saying, man. What in the
uh,
world, Bo?
no, sir. I will never be big time when Big Low comes into the room. I will never be.
I
I,
try, I
I
try,
will.
I
You
try.
did try. I appreciate it, but no, sir. No, sir. That man. Do you know who this man is? He's a celebrity. Okay, you can't walk around this man 5 minutes without saying, "Hey, hey, Big Lou. Hey,
Oh
move,
yeah,
move." Oh, what's your name? T. Will. Yeah, whatever. Move. Yeah, I saw you like never. Whatever. Yeah. Okay. So no, but in all seriousness, does this mean that a window is opening for the Falcons potentially with Detroit maybe taking a step back, maybe not even making the playoffs? I don't think it does, but just give me your thoughts on that because you're losing not only your offense but your defense coordinator. Like that means you got a whole new defense coordinator and a whole
hmm
new offense coordinator next year, and there will be some adjustments. So give me your thoughts on that.
the NFC. I mean, it's the NFC North as a division as a whole is a very tough division. And then you bring in the hire of Ben Johnson to the Bears, and of course you have the Packers who are the Packers, and AOC Aiden O'Connell, with the Vikings. So of course the Detroit Lions going to take a step back, but it's hard for me to gauge what if that's going to make any room for the Falcons because we can say the same thing for the Commanders. I mean the Commanders are making moves where it's going to be difficult for the Falcons to actually do anything big as well. But going back to the Lions, yeah, I think they'll take a step back. But we're looking at a team who made the NFC Championship game last year and
Right.
had the best record in the NFC this year. That doesn't go away just because two coordinators depart. So you
That's
look at the culture that you look at the overall culture that Dan Campbell has done. It would not be nice to say, oh, well, the Lions are losing some guys. That record shouldn't be as good as it is. That should leave some room for the Falcons. But the Lions have actually done it. The Falcons talk about doing it.
that's true. And the
So
Lions did have 19 injuries last year, so which is I think they had the
right.
most in the league.
They
So
had the most. They were down to
they,
the fourth string cornerback.
yeah,
Aiden Hutchinson wasn't there. So
yeah,
you bring in a totally healthy Lions team. I know they've already lost Ben Johnson. They potentially could lose Aaron Glenn.
yeah,
But I think they can just reload. To be honest with you, some good hires. But let's like talk. The man who stirs a drink is Dan Campbell.
yeah. That's true, no doubt about it. He is the straw that stirs the drink, as Reggie Jackson would say. Reggie Jackson might, y'all might not know Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson was the man
Oh
back
yeah,
day, back when T. Will was a little tot.
Mr.
Reggie Jackson
October.
played for the Yankees, and yeah, he was Mr. October, and the
hmm
name says itself. He was Mr. October for a reason. So, speaking of which, and all of that was just designed to say, does this open up a window for the Falcons? I think it does because I don't know that the Falcons, excuse me, that the Vikings are as good. I don't know that Green Bay is as good. You got to feel like one of those teams takes a step back. So I think there is a window open for the Falcons, but we can get into that as we will have lots of shows between now and then.
hmm
Let's shift gears to the Braves for a little bit. And I just got one thing to say, and I'm going to lean in to say this.
Okay.
Hey, Alex. Hey, Alex Anthopoulos. Wake up!
Yes.
Wake
Yeah.
up! To quote
Do.
Mookie, not Mookie. Wait, it was. Wait, no, wait. What was his name? G5G. That's what you want to be. G5G.
Oh,
But wait, was it bugging out? That's wrong movie. What was his name? What was his name? Anyway, to quote
it's
him,
on the tip of my tongue too, man.
to quote or whoever, Lawrence Fishburne, Dap,
hmm
Dap from School Days. Wake up, Alex! Wake up!
Right.
Wake
Absolutely.
up! The Dodgers are signing the world. The
Do.
Dodgers. Oh wait, you know what? The Dodgers just signed another guy. Jesus, man.
Right.
The Dodgers have signed everybody.
Everybody, literally
Everybody.
everybody in the world are signed with the Dodgers.
Ah! Look at my brother. He said you should have borrowed Jack's mic for that. Oh man. You know what?
Yeah,
If
bro.
you'd have been on that show, Debo, you would understand just how funny that was.
Oh, I'm gonna
Oh,
check it out.
my
I'm gonna
brother's
go check it out.
hilarious, man.
I'm gonna
My
check it
brother
out.
in that damn Big Low Country, man. We should get a show with Eric and Big Low Country like that. That would be funny.
Yeah,
That would be funny.
I
But
agree with that.
anyway,
I agree with that. Two
yeah.
personalities like that, boy.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, that dude's hilarious. But no, the Dodgers are signing the world. Okay, they're signing the world. They signed Tanner Scott, who was the best left-handed reliever on the market. They
right.
just signed Suzaki the other day, the international star coming over for the Japanese league. They
Mm,
re-signed Teoscar Hernandez. They signed Hassan Kim. They
yeah,
signed the world. They
everybody.
signed the world, and they already had Otani. And Otani, oh yeah, he's pitching again next year.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, Alex,
yeah.
what are we doing?
And let's not forget about Mookie Betts as well as Freddie Freeman. I
Alex,
mean,
what
yeah,
are we doing? Right, right. Like
right,
they're a nightmare. They
right,
are the Monstars.
right. And
Jesus, they are the Monstars, bro. What are we doing?
Aaron, Alex Anthopoulos, hey, like I said, in Double A we trust, but at this point it's getting ridiculous because he's sitting there, and I get there are other free agents out there that could be signed or trades to be happen, but in my opinion, what made me snap is when you let AJ Minter go to the Mets. But
Yeah,
like you said, the one that really got me is that you allow, not allow, but Tanner Scott to the Dodgers. That's the one that got me
the,
because Tanner Scott, that was the one that was okay. We can see what happens with other things that haven't happened, but Tanner Scott, he's out there for us. Let's see if we can make something happen. Not only does he do we not sign him, it's like you know what it's like. It's like Dodgers like keep they're like okay, we'll take him. Okay,
right.
we'll take him.
We'll
Okay, we'll
take him.
take him.
Okay,
Oh,
we'll take
oh
him.
yeah,
Oh,
okay, we'll take.
okay,
They're signing all these pieces to make sure that they're assured of having going deep in the playoffs and if not repeating.
bro.
And it's not just them. Every team in Major League Baseball is signing people.
The
We
Dodgers
have
are
not
doing
signed one person.
that. Well, no, we've done all minor league deals, and to be fair, right?
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, the Braves are at the so this whole what this is about is that in baseball, there's not a salary cap, but there is a luxury tax
Luxury tax, sure.
that if you go over a certain amount, you will get hit with. And this would be the third year in a row that the Braves are going to hit that luxury
Mm-hmm.
tax. What I don't like is I wish Alex would just come out and be like, "Look, man, I can't sign anybody, okay?" I
Right,
know he can't, but that's what's frustrating because he's like, "Yeah, I can sign anybody I want." They've never told me no. Yeah, right.
right.
Yeah,
Exactly,
right. Okay.
exactly.
Look
And
it.
and,
It's
and,
some
and
stuff I want to buy right now, but I have a wife.
okay,
Okay. And it's some stuff that Debo is just not gonna go.
it ain't going
All
down like
right.
that. Yeah.
It's not gonna go. What's that three wheel? Is it a spider? It's what's it called? It's a Jesus, I love it. It's not a motorcycle, but
I know
it's
what
like
you're
a
talking about.
three-wheel whatever. And
Yeah,
I've been
yeah,
wanting
look like a
those.
look like a big old Hot Wheel. Yeah, like I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it does. But I mean, it's almost like a little car, but it's not. But I've been one of those for about 10 years, and my wife is like, nope, 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 nope,
It ain't
nope,
happening, bro.
nope. It's not happening, right? And it's not gonna happen. So and it's fine. You know, she's my wife. I love her. So it is what it is. But for you to just say, I can sign anybody I want. We're not stupid,
We're not.
Alex.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
exactly.
I mean, that's what's frustrating. Like if you just go ahead and say it, then we're not looking for it. We're not, bro. I feel like we're in the seventh round of the NFL draft, just waiting, right?
And we ain't signed nobody.
Right. And your parents, no. We're the draft picks, and your parents, hey, have they signed you? No, mama.
No,
It's
no.
me and Joey, the kicker.
Yeah,
Uh,
we're back in the green room still. Yeah, we're
we're
still back
still
in the
here.
green room.
They're taking the equipment down. They're taking the equipment down, but we're still here, Mom.
Right.
Oh wait, they just took the kicker. Oh
Yeah.
shit, it's just
Now I'm by
me.
myself. Yeah.
It's
Now
just
currently.
me.
Yeah. Yeah. Mom, hey mom, can you cash at me some money? You know what I mean, man. So yeah. But here's the thing about it that's so frustrating. Not only are we not signing anybody, when we had that possible on that potential uh to sign Garrett Crochet, but just the stipulation was is like, well, we want Crochet, whatever case may be, but a team is like, well, you can have him, but in return we want Drake Baldwin. Apparently Drake Baldwin's hands off. You
Yeah,
and I
agreed.
cannot for a life of me. Why are we so? And I get it. I get it. He might be the best thing since Gerald Saltalamacchia. You know what I'm saying, as far as
Yeah,
catcher wise,
yeah,
but he for some reason he's like what I'm saying, hands off. Yeah, we can't. We want to keep him when Sean Murphy's in the prime of his career.
right. Agree. And you know what? That is a great point. What this says to me, the Braves may not re-sign Ozuna because the
Well,
only reason that I can see, to your point, that you keep Baldwin, well, there are two reasons. One, you're going to try him in left field, right?
mm-hmm,
You think he can do it, or two, he's going to be your designated hitter.
mm-hmm.
Next year,
Yeah,
you're not going to you get and I look. I know this is speculation, but I mean that's to your point. Logically, that is the only thing that I can think of
mm-hmm.
that would, because you're talking about Garrett Crochet with a rocket arm. I
Right.
think you'd have him for 2 years of control if you're truly and he's cheap,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you do it?
Why wouldn't you? Yeah.
And if you're not gonna do it, then that kind of, and I know we're speculating because I don't know Alex. And look, I love Alex. Okay, I love
Oh
Alex.
yeah, for sure.
I
Yeah.
do, but I'm frustrated because every day I'm checking this thing like, oh no, not today. Oh
Right.
wait, no, not
Right.
today.
And
Oh
then you
wait,
see other
no,
teams
not today.
sign the
Right,
world.
right, exactly, exactly. And then I'm like, wait, what? No, nothing. So yeah, man, crazy. But I think that Alex can't really go over that barrier, and I think he's just not going to say it. You know what I mean? I just think he's not going to say it. Now, with that being said, we do get Ronald Acuna back. We do get Spencer Strider back. So this is going to be a very good team.
Right. And indeed, indeed. But it's potentially those gentlemen ain't coming back potentially till late May, early June.
Yeah,
So.
and that's true. And not only that, right? But what concerns me is, so Ronaldo Lopez,
Mm-hmm.
you doubled his innings last year.
Right.
You doubled his innings last year. Sale was healthy pretty much until the end, and then it got him. What if one of those two gets injured? You're in a world of hurt then.
Dog.
You're in a world of hurt then.
Right.
Okay. And
Right.
the Mets got better, right? The
Yeah.
Phillies
Well,
are
yeah.
the
Got way
Phillies.
better. Yeah. Yeah.
You can't afford to lose ground there.
The
That's
the
my
Nationals got better.
they did.
With Soroka.
They did. They did.
So.
They did. So I mean, that's my only concern. Look, if you say we're going as is, this is a good team. This is
Mm-hmm.
still a good team. You have a new hitting coach.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he can get through to them that it doesn't have to be a home run every time. Okay.
Right.
Um, and there could be some positives there. There were a lot of things going on with this team last year, right?
Right. It was.
One
Yeah.
of them is you lost Wash and you lost EY. And for those of you
Absolutely.
who don't know who Wash is, that's Ron Washington, our former third base coach. But Ron Washington was that dude, okay? That if you don't know who Ron Washington is, look him up. Ron
Dog.
Washington
He is
is
that dude,
that
man.
dude. So he had Acuna and Ozzie and Austin Riley and just about all of them that core since they were babies, when they
Mm-hmm.
were baby Braves. And he helped them grow. So Ron Washington could walk up to Acuna and be like, "What the hell, man?
Mm-hmm.
Slide. What's wrong with you?" Right? Because they have that relationship. Because Ron is the man.
Right.
Okay, Ozzy loves Ron Washington. You may as well say Ron Washington is like Ozzy's second dad, and I'm not exaggerating when I say
No. No. You're
Ozzy
not. You're
loves
not.
Ron Washington. They love him. Okay,
Yeah.
he shaped them into what they are today. And that
Absolutely.
guy walks out, and then you have Matt Tutusiopo, right? I like Matt Tutusiopo, but he does not ever have the room to walk up to Acuna and say, "Hey, get it together." He better not.
He better not.
You get
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah. He
different, right?
better not.
There's it's different. So
Of
when you
course.
lose that, right, and you need that guy, You need that guy, and not that Snit doesn't hold guys accountable. That's not what I'm saying. But you need an enforcer other than the coach. You need an enforcer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it just seemed like, you got Freddie that left, you got Dansby that left,
Right.
then you have Ron Washington. That's a lot of losses in that locker room.
Mm-hmm.
So, that was going on. And look, maybe they get it together. Maybe you've had a year under Matt and the new first base coach, and but it had to be awkward last year. That's
Oh
all I'm
yeah.
saying.
Oh yeah.
That locker room had to be awkward. So,
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, we'll get there, but I just wish Alex would be honest so we could
It's
move
kind
on
of
and
it's
tune in February.
absolutely it's kind of like last year with the loss of EY and Wash. Last year was kind of like how kids used to cut up when a substitute teacher came in on a Friday. The new first base coach and the new third base coach, they're like substitute teachers, man.
Right,
And it's like you
right,
get
right.
pretty
Exactly.
much, yeah, like
Exactly. When
yeah.
you're throwing
So
spitballs, all right,
yeah,
I know who threw that. Okay. All right. I'm
cut it,
subbing
cut it,
for
cut it
Mr.
out, cut it
Johnson.
out. No, yeah,
Cut it out. Okay. Stop it.
right, exactly. Whereas you have Ron Washington, and EY, like they walk in and it's like they demand that respect. You know what I'm saying? Just like Joe Brown demands respect at East Side High. You know what I'm saying? So
Well,
yeah.
next time they can call me Batman. Wow. Speaking of Batman, which has nothing to do with what I'm about to say, by the way,
Oh,
I just wanted to shift. It's a terrible segue.
right, it
But
happens.
I understand this morning we're going to be privy to a call.
Mm.
Actually, we're going to be privy to the interview that Raheem had with Coach Jeff Ulbrich, right?
Oh, real
So
okay.
I know Raheem's your guy, right? So do
Yeah.
me a favor, see if you can get him on the call so we
My
can
phone.
be a part of that interview and hear the questions that Raheem asked Jeff Ulbrich. You
Let me
know,
text. Let me text him right quick.
yeah. That would be good, man. That would be good. Yeah, guys in the in the chat, we're about to see an interview. That Raheem. It's even though Ulbrich has the job, it's still an interview. That Raheem is going to have with Jeff Ulbrich, right?
Yeah.
So.
Raheem said he got a little time for us, man.
All right, cool. So
Yeah.
hey, we don't want to mess with the bandwidth. Go ahead and turn your screen off if you don't
Oh
mind.
yeah, for sure. Yeah. Okay.
We'll get that thing going. All right. Bring, bring.
Yeah. Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
Raheem, this is Jeff. This is Jeff Ulbrich. Just hey, you said to call you about the defensive coordinator job. So yeah,
Yeah.
how you
Yeah.
doing, Ra?
Yeah. Hey, man, I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Actually, I was actually on my way to the get a tattoo. I'm on my way to the tattoo parlor. And thinking about getting a couple of tattoos, man.
Well,
Let me know which one you think, Jeff. Let me know. One is I might get a tattoo. It says 6 and 3, right?
Six
It
and
might
three.
say yes, sir. Yeah, like that was that was a high mark, right? Like,
Oh,
right. That's one right there.
okay.
And the other one is I might get one that says uh timeout for what?
Time out.
You know,
Wow.
like
Time
you
out
know,
for what?
yeah,
Okay.
the
Time
whole
out.
thing I do with the time. I hold my
Wow.
timeouts right. I hold my timeouts right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeff, how you doing, buddy? How you doing, buddy? How you doing,
Hey,
bud? Doing good?
I'm doing good. The Jets had a terrible season.
Yeah, I too. Yeah,
It
yeah.
kind of
We did too. By the way,
you had a terrible season,
yeah.
coach.
Horrible season. Couldn't have it. Yeah,
Oh
that's where
wow.
we went. Yeah, yeah.
Oh
You know,
wow.
the whole thing with timeouts and Kirk. Kirk's my guy. But didn't work itself out the way it did.
Wow.
That's why we're kind of calling you guys up. Jeff. I tell you what, buddy. We go back a long way. I tell you what, man. I think with your kind of skills and my lot of skills, we can make things happen. And like. Would you mind coming down here, man? Helping your guy out, man, with the defense, man. How about that?
I think it'd great. I think it'd be great, Rod. I just want to know, can I wear my capri pants? I love capri pants.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something, buddy. I'm gonna tell you something. Uh, I know, stats are for losers, right? But I'm on 3 of my press conferences with my capri pants on. So just letting you know.
you're
But I'm all
you're
for it, bro. I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it, bud.
oh, Okay,
You know,
we could
yeah.
we could be the Capri brothers.
Hey,
Maybe
sounds
we'll
good,
go
buddy.
on
I
a
love.
win
Hey,
streak.
hey, collaborations, buddy. That's see,
Collab,
yeah,
right?
collab. And see, here's the thing
Collab.
about it. Here's the thing about it. Like that's why I try. That's why I try. I try to tell Jimmy that. Jimmy didn't want to listen. He never listened. Jimmy never listened.
Jimmy never
So
listened.
yeah. So let's
Yeah.
do a collab and let me take care of the defense and you just sit back and just with that deep voice of his, Jimmy had that deep voice, but he was like, "You'll never find that." That was Jimmy. That was Jimmy.
Coach, was that your Lou Rawls impersonation? That was
That was
pretty
Jimmy.
good.
Yeah, that was Jimmy. Jimmy, he had
Wow.
deep voice, quiet storm voice, but he didn't. After a while, he had my guys back there, and it made no sense to have AJ Terrell. He was like, 45 yards off the line of scrimmage, can't have it. He had to go,
Yeah, he was 45 yards off the line of scrimmage, man. He
Yeah,
was
buddy, but yeah, man. Hey, Jeff, man. I would just, like, if you don't mind, man, I love you, have you in, and come on in and fix the defense up, and maybe make some things happen. And I think you're one of the good ones. You're my buddy. You're my buddy. But it's we have history, and you was here a couple of years ago, and like, let's make it happen. How you feel about that, Jeff? How you feel about
I
that, buddy?
feel great. I just have, one request. I mean, other than the salary, which, my agent can talk to you guys, but
Yeah, go
can
ahead,
we
buddy.
have Pop Tarts every morning just in the break room, just strawberry Pop Tarts. I love them. I just
Well,
want them.
I love them too, but the standard is standard. You know,
The-
we'll go with what we know.
Look,
And if the guys, my guys like, the Fruity Pebbles, and like the Fruit Loops, that's what we do. That's what we do. But hey, I don't think, hey, Pop Tarts, man, that's, like nothing like good Pop Tart anymore.
yeah,
Has to be toasted though. Has to be toasted. Has to be
of
toasted.
course, of
Yeah,
course,
no
it's got to
microwave right
be
here.
those.
We can make it happen, Jeff. We make it happen, buddy.
Okay, well, hey, you know what, Coach Rob, we have a deal, and hey, thanks for hiring me. I'm not going to let you down. You won't be sorry
Yeah,
that
yeah,
happened, and
yeah,
and hey, man, thanks. I'm looking forward to joining you in Atlanta, and
yeah.
Coach Rob, have a great day.
Hey, don't let me down.
I
Because
won't let you down,
you let
Coach.
me down. You got to go. You got to go. You know what I'm
I
saying?
understand. I saw what
Yeah,
happened to the last guy, so I
yeah,
get it.
Jimmy. Man, I miss Jimmy. He was a good guy, but that whole soft shell defense and oh, by the way, yeah, that's something. Don't run your soft shell defense. Like the kid.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey,
no soft shell.
Coach,
Yeah.
are we bringing Judon back at cornerback?
Uh, I like Judah. That's my guy. That's my guy. I might put him in a nickel. Replace the offense.
So
Let's see. We'll
we're
see. We'll
gonna
see what happens with that.
we're gonna.
But again, that's my job. It's your job now.
You're right.
That's
You're right.
Judon's your headache, Jeff. Okay. Got
You're
it.
right.
You got it, buddy. Okay.
I'll get cracking on that.
Right.
Thanks,
Okay. Yeah.
Coach Rob.
Let me go
Have
get
a
my
great
tattoo.
day.
I'm gonna get that. You take care of yourself.
You get that tattoo.
All right,
All
buddy.
right.
Yeah. Take
Bye
care.
bye.
Bye. Yeah.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, that was Coach Raheem. Hey, thanks for
Man,
putting that
good guy.
together, Devo. We
Hey man,
appreciate it.
yeah, man. And he started to warm up
Definitely.
to us, man. He started to warm up to
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Hey, he takes our calls. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
think he kind of likes us a little bit. That's
yeah, yeah.
that's
That's
kind of
what's up,
cool.
bro. That's
That's
what's
kind of
up.
cool. That is kind of cool. So, back to the Falcons. We talked about the Braves this morning, and Alex, can we get at least one move, please? Let's get back to our Falcons, right? So we've got Coach Jeff Ulbrich in the building. He and Raheem are, and it's pretty early, so they get to collaborate and look at who they want to draft and all of that stuff. We have 5 draft picks. Give me your thoughts. Again, doesn't have to be a person specifically, but
Hmm.
give me your thoughts on the areas of need that we have for our beloved Atlanta Falcons.
Hmm.
Um, you know, in this upcoming draft.
Well, the first pick, like I said before, I would love for them to, maybe move up from the 15 to the 12 or 11 to get Mikael Williams out of Georgia. That I would love that pick right there. But at the same time, they can also get, the young man, I think his name is Pierce from University of Tennessee. Either
Okay.
one of those two right there, I would love. And hopefully, man, hopefully we can get a stud cornerback, to potentially play opposite of AJ Terrell. I think Mike Hughes, he did a serviceable job, but we just need that. We just need that guy, man. You know what I'm talking about? That
Yeah.
dude, man. It's like I guess I'm about to go on a rant. I'm tired of, being mediocre. You know what I'm saying? As far as like the secondary is concerned, man. It's like, I miss those guys like, big play Ray Buchanan, you know what I'm saying? Or the Willie Moe, William Morris and stuff like that, man. And it's like if we can get another defensive back on the other side of Terrell, a younger guy, who was that dog, so to speak, kind of like a Witherspoon up in Seattle, man. That's another guy I would like, man. But those would be the ones right there I would like to have in. But definitely the first one, pass rush, either Mikael Williams or the gentleman from Tennessee, man. That'll be my first move particularly.
Okay. All right. Good deal. I know we need an edge rusher. I know we need a
Right.
linebacker or two. I like Anderson, but he's just too injury prone. It's too injury prone. So
I don't get I get it about Anderson being athletic and everything like that, but everybody's looking at him. Oh well, he can do this. That he did things outstanding in college, hasn't translated to the NFL.
right.
Period. You can say, and I can discuss it all the time. Well, we'll see what happens next year. Why does this man keep on getting second chance after second chance? He's injury prone. The best ability is availability. He hasn't been available. So why? Well, maybe next year he can. It's not working itself out, unfortunately. So hopefully, it'll work out next year. But I think the time and energy we're spending on Troy Anderson, it could be spent to another player who can actually be on the field to make plays.
Big Low says James Pierce Jr.
Yeah, that's the gym I'm talking about, Low. Yeah, James Alford in Tennessee. Yes, sir. That's the dude I was talking about. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, edge rusher, I believe. Was he linebacker, edge rusher? I'm looking at him on ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
He's at Tennessee, right?
Right, Tennessee. Yeah, Tennessee Volunteers.
He's
Yeah.
an edge rusher. Okay. Big Low says we need another cornerback
Yeah.
so we don't have to run as much zone coverage. That is a good point, Big. And we don't have
Right.
to play him 15 yards back when it's 3rd and 7. It's good point, Big Low. Good point.
Hey,
Yeah.
hopefully those days are over with.
Hopefully so. Hopefully so. Well, as always, Debo, really enjoyed you this morning. I know you got to get ready to go.
Yes,
Can you
sir.
tell these folks in the chat where they can find you?
You know what, man? Before I do that, man, let's say we can keep it to about 3 minutes or so, man. A couple minutes. Last week I asked you a question in reference to uh SWV or Escape. Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a little. I'm gonna throw one up there, and for the
Okay.
chat too, man.
Let's
Just
do it.
this one being a little more difficult for you, bro. I'm letting you know in advance,
Okay.
or maybe not. We'll see.
Let's see.
All right, which one? En Vogue or TLC?
Mm.
Yeah, man, it's one a little more difficult. Bro.
I'm gonna piss some people off with this one.
Uh,
So for me, right?
uh-huh.
In Vogue was more of the they were more of the let's see.
Sophisticated.
Yeah, they were more of the standard, right?
Uh huh.
And TLC were the like young and upcomers. They were more. So I mean, for me, they're almost so. In Vogue was like the Supremes,
Oh
right?
yeah.
And TLC would have been like a different group, but they weren't. They were not, and never would be the Supremes, right? So
no.
everyone in Vogue was a vocalist, and don't get me, I'm not. The TLC was a groundbreaking group. I'm not saying that, but I don't know that you could take In Vogue. And again, I'm showing my age here.
No, yeah. We
A
both
lot
are,
of
man.
young
Yeah,
folks probably gonna be like, "It's TLC all day." What are you talking about, old man? But for me, you know what I mean. You know what? Kim, are you awake? I know she's awake. Kim, are you awake? All right, she's not answering. Whatever.
No.
I'm gonna say In Vogue, man. Just because for me, In Vogue came along in 1990,
Correct.
1991, at a time where there were not that many female R&B groups like that. and they took the world by storm.
Yeah, no,
I
there
mean,
wasn't one.
they
Yeah.
took the world by storm. And so for me, In Vogue is they have a place all their own. Now, TLC was certainly unique. You
Hmm.
had a girl group. They could sing. They were also hip hop based. They crossed barriers. So they're good. And if you put TLC up against Escape, it's TLC all day. It's not even a question. If you
Right.
put them up against Jade, if you put them up against
Brown
702 or whatever that,
Brownstone.
yeah, Brownstone, it's not even close. But In Vogue, you know, they're kind of like the modern day the Dodgers are now. That's how they were in
Hmm.
regards to R&B. Like they were phenomenal. They were just
Okay.
phenomenal. They could sing, they could harmonize, they were classy, they were beautiful, they were doing movies. They were in vogue, right? So
Right.
those are my thoughts. What about yours, Debo?
I I hear everything you're saying. That especially when Invo came out, like you said, they came out summertime 1990. And the only thing closer to them, there was no female group like that.
Right,
Period. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Matter of fact, 1990, the same year, Mariah Carey came out with Vision of Love. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, when they came out with Hold On, and the
Hmm.
vocalist, and like the vocals and just the harmony, man, the
Right,
beautiful voices. Yeah,
right.
I definitely feel it. See, I'm going to say TLC, and the reason I say
Okay,
TLC is
okay.
because when TLC came out, they had the ability to infuse R&B with hip hop,
Right.
and they did in a way that was so fly. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like when they came out with "Ain't Too Proud to Beg," when that beat dropped,
Hmm.
and then it made the whole crowd just go crazy. You know what I'm talking about? But then they slowed it up with "Baby, Baby, Baby,"
Yeah.
and then they came out with "What About Your Friends."
And Creep.
And but that's what I'm getting at. The
Yeah.
following album, Crazy Sexy Cool, they showed their maturity. That
Yeah.
they're you know what I'm saying? When they came out Creep and Waterfalls,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
It
talking
was. It
about?
was.
Now
Yeah.
while they were doing this, you know, Invo was dormant,
Yeah. They
pretty
were kind
much.
of
You know what I'm
they
saying?
crescendoing. Yeah. They were.
Right. But then they came back with that joint they had on the Set It Off soundtrack. Invo did, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I think about TLC, I'm thinking about the good times, the partying, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And one thing about In Vogue is like I think about In Vogue is like, well, just sitting back, relaxing type of joint, you know what I'm saying? But as far as like just going, really getting into music, of course, music at that time, like 90, 91, 92, with a New Jack Swing and a hip hop and everything like that, I think TLC fit in, you know what I'm saying, for that culture wise, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, In Vogue with Hold On and everything, yeah. I got in trouble for doing the creep dance. So, oh no!
Big Low was killing it back then,
Oh,
boy.
back in elementary
Big Low
school,
was
he said
killing
he
it
he
back
said he did
then,
it
boy.
on the girl, boy,
Oh
big
my
low,
goodness.
boy,
Big
what in the world, boy?
Big Low getting suspended at the elementary school
Man,
stands. Lord Jesus, what
man, get
is going
suspended,
on?
man.
What
You
in
want
the
to talk about
world, Bo?
serious attention,
What
man?
in the world, Bo?
Serious
Well, hey man,
attention.
you know what? Look, and to be honest, I can't think of a guy group that was similar to TLC. So
Yeah,
I mean, not
we got to
not
think
with
about
their
that.
success. I mean, you might have had some guys, but I can't think of a guy group, where there was three and one was a rapper, and like you took them seriously. So to your point,
Yeah,
they were groundbreaking. I mean, I got to give you that. You know what I
yeah.
mean? I definitely got to give you that.
Something to
So
think about. Something to
hey,
think
you know
about.
what? Maybe we add this segment to the show, right?
Oh yeah,
And
for
maybe
sure.
on Friday, which is our next podcast, maybe you can come up with another one. Maybe we can come up with another one,
I
and
already
we'll
got I already got one in mind, but we'll
okay,
save it till
all right,
Friday.
that's what's up.
And,
So
and who know? Who knows? Friday, Double A might sign somebody.
yeah, right. Yeah, right. I got a better chance of
Oh
losing
man.
30 pounds by Friday than and you knew that wasn't true before it even left your
Even
mouth.
before I left my
Okay.
mouth,
I'm
man.
gonna I'm gonna let you have that one, man.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
gonna let you have that one. Debo, I really enjoyed it, man, as always. Brother, tell these folks where they can find you.
Absolutely, man. Debo Vibes on YouTube, DEBOE Vibes, and live Falcons Talk, Braves Talk. And like I said earlier, just got finished dropping a foodie video where I went to Tooks Barbecue in Rex, Georgia. So go to Debo Vibes and check that video out. Let me know what you think about that. And more foodie videos will come. And check your boy out. Definitely appreciate the support.
Definitely, man. My brother says Bell Biv DeVoe. Hey, to everyone in the chat who joined, we thank you. You could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be with us. We appreciate you. We cannot thank you enough. I am T. Will from the 4MyATL Sports 1 channel at YouTube. Again, that is 4MyATL Sports 1 on YouTube, where typically, guys, I'm coming every day with something, maybe with the exception of Saturday, but pretty much for the most part, every day of the week we have some sort of content on. So please like, share, and subscribe so that I can continue to bring you great content with Debo Vibes
Yes,
and
sir.
others. And please like, share, subscribe to Debo Vibes channel because he is great and talented and awesome and
Oh,
funny. And
oh,
yeah, let's do that. So guys, hey, again, thank you. I want to thank God. Wouldn't be here without him.
yes, sir.
And last but not least, I got to thank my mentor, Mr. Jack Spade, and my brother, Eric Parker, for getting me in this business. Until tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., you guys have a great day. Go Braves, go Falcons, go Hawks, and rise up.
Rise
Thanks,
up.
everybody.
Yes, sir.